Welcome to Daily Meditation with Sangha Live.
Something I like to start every meditation with, and if I can, any activity. And we can speak a little bit more about what's the difference between an activity and a meditation, what actually makes it a meditation or not. But any activity, I really like to just question, what do I want to see more of in this activity? What do I want to see kind of come through me? What are the, so to say, seeds I'm planting that might sprout, might grow? So if it's a conversation, if it's a meditation, if it's any kind of activity, I'd just like to be very clear. Why am I doing this? And how am I going to do this in ways which are freeing for me, for others, of benefit? Yeah. So a way that you can phrase this is, if you feel in yourself, what are you dedicated to? Well, in a sense, why have you come here this morning or this time of day? Why are you diving into, what is it you want to see more of? And this might be a question about your life, your personal state, the state of the world, the relationships that you have. What are the qualities that you'd like to see more of? In a sense, what's your intention of practice? What's your direction of practice? What are your goals, your aspirations, your orientations at this time? And just like to invite you to put them into the chat. Anything that comes is welcome. What do you want to see more of? What do you want to be in tune with? And let's see what comes here. So yeah, lovely. Kindness, equanimity, and love. Lovely. Yeah. Relaxation. Beautiful. Peace. Calm presence. Balance in heart, mind, and body. Yeah. Insight. Groundedness. Okay, they're going fast now. Lovely, lovely. Non-reactivity in there. Patience. Lovely. Staying with the Dharma. Open-heartedness. Yeah. Clarity of perception. I'm just picking out a few because they're flowing through so well. Yeah. Stability. Our world being cherished. Yeah. And community. So don't forget about those. Those are what spoke to you. And if you didn't write something and you read something and that spoke to you, remember that. Kind of keep that alive in your heart and mind. We'll come back to it in the practice, but also keep it alive through the week, right? You find yourself struggling and you're trying to, dive into, it's good to kind of step into, actually, this is all about that. This is actually all about that. And can I have that in heart and mind? Sometimes we feel like, I can't practice because, I haven't got a, focused attention or something like this, or I've got too many thoughts. I can just remind myself, well, actually, what I wanted to cultivate was this, whatever, spaciousness, just I see it there. Yeah. Okay. I can be spacious and have a busy mind. Yeah. I can be spacious and not be focused. But if so spaciousness is what I want, don't evaluate yourself against something that you didn't necessarily want and maybe don't need. Maybe don't need even. Yeah. So it's just important to keep those in mind for that reason, but also just to keep ourselves aligned on the path. Okay, I'm dedicated to this. This is what I want to see. Yeah. Great. So actually the last word here on the list is acceptance. And I think ease and acceptance. Yeah. Lovely, lovely qualities to kind of open with and begin with. So I want to speak a little bit about something we could call kind of radical allowing. Actually, before we go fully into that, I just want to name something. There's quite a lot of the elements of experience which are being named here, which relate to equanimity. And again, if I've understood it correctly, I think this September, we're going to be really kind of diving into the qualities and the understandings of equanimity. In a sense, we're just going to touch on it because it's an enormous area. In fact, it's called limitless or boundless in the teachings, and I think that for good reasons. It's a lot bigger than we can speak about. Like speak about full stop, not just speak about. For me now, 7 a.m. in the morning. I'm not going to cover all of it. In a whole week, but it's an interesting quality. So it has different dimensions. One of them could be what we might call radical allowing. So what we want to see here is the in a sense, allowing itself, right, is relatively radical, right? It's not that common to really just kind of dive into a sense of just allowing things, not interfering with things, not judging things, not evaluating. Do I want this? Do I not want this? Just allow for a bit. Okay, it's not a way to live, but it's a very different shift that opens up a lot more possibilities. Yeah. The radical, though, actually goes deeper than it being uncommon, because what we actually want within this is an allowing for an exploration, So for us in the practice today, the strongest theme will be the allowing. Can I allow this? Actually, can I allow that? Yeah, can we allow and just see what happens? But underneath it, we're actually deeply questioning. Right? We are questing. We're on a quest. So we have questions, which are the steps on that quest, a journey into understanding. And something that we can understand is, how does this experience come and go? How does this experience come and go? And how does it come and go when there's more allowing? What's allowing doing to our experience? Yeah, we will be knowing that intuitively. Otherwise, we'll just, what's the point of allowing? It's like, oh, it feels good. It's helpful. It's not making as much stress and suffering. And so, actually, allowing as a first step, at least, really changes things. I'm pointing this out because what will happen is we will just kind of layer over and say, okay, now I'm being with things as they are. That's what allowing might feel like. But actually, allowing is changing how they are. And that's radical. That's the radical understanding point that we're saying. The radical allowing is radically from the root. Radis means that. Radical means from the root. It's changing how it's coming into appearance. Yeah. So we're allowing and we're interested in, what does that do? What's that doing? How's that impacting us? How's that affecting how I appear? How's that affecting how the whatever I'm attending to appears? Yeah. And it's a great relief many times, is that instead of struggling, we're moving towards the end of struggling. Okay. It's like this right now. It's like this right now. There's a body. It feels like this right now. And there's a heart and it feels the world like this right now. There's the intellect, the intelligence, the thinking. It's busy, or it's quiet, or it's interested in the practice, it's interested in to-dos or shouldn't have dones or whatever. And it's like, okay, it's like this right now. And we allow, and then we just check after a bit. What did that do? How does that feel? Yeah. So this is an aspect of equanimity. Yeah, it's an aspect of equanimity, becoming equally poised with things. Yeah, to be able to become equally close to all things. You know, beautiful aspiration. It's kind of there in many of your intentions. Yeah, the balance, the peace, the ease, feeling lighter, the calmness. Yeah, perseverance with lightness. Yeah, it's qualities of equanimity that we can keep going. We'll touch into this more and more over the week. But I think it's a good time now that we actually put this into practice. See what we can do. See what we can do. One thing that we're saying here is when we bring the allowing, things change. Things change. And we will start to notice that. We can actually even just also notice this will change. So we don't get so tight about it. Yeah. We'll have more and more techniques for coming towards the painful. But we're actually going to just start broadly just allowing breathing, allowing sounds, allowing this way, and seeing, allowing them to be more dynamic, to flow, to change, to shift. Yeah. So that's going to be the practice. And I wanted to mention that because now you can choose a posture. Now you might have your meditation posture, the one you always go to when someone invites you to meditate. Don't feel you have to stick to that one. Yeah, what would actually be supportive? Sometimes standing up, if we have very low energy, a little bit standing gives a bit more space in the body, you can breathe a bit more freely. If you're feeling really agitated right now, maybe reclining is going to be helpful, the more grounding. So we're kind of finding this appropriate response. How much you want to lean back if you're in a chair, yeah, or lean forwards, uprightness, yeah, aligning. All postures are great. Yeah. And within those postures, we can do all those practices. But if you haven't explored before, just wanted to mention that it could be a helpful way of going. Okay. So we'll take a moment settling into your posture. We're actually going to bring allowing even to the wandering mind, right? So don't worry if the mind is wandering off already as we settle in. Yeah, wandering heart mind. It's great to have a heart mind that can be creative. And it's also wonderful that we get a chance to see, to notice with allowing, tending over there at the moment. Okay. So you might notice the allowing is allowing that this is happening. We're not just saying, oh yeah, you go where you like, but we're allowing that this is what is happening. And then we might return the attention or turn the attention. We can't really return anywhere. It's already passed through. But turning the attention to body, heart, mind. So when we wander, we start again. As I say, you can't return, so we start again. Forever starting again. New slate, new script, new moment. And a good way of starting is checking in. So if the body is somewhere you're able to come reasonably close to, just noticing there is a body. There's a body here and now. Notice what you notice as you repeat that. there is a body. See if you can feel all the way down to the feet. Remembering there's a back of the body. There's a kind of energetic tone to the body. There is a body. It's alive. It's breathing, sensing. And we're allowing it to be this way. In the practice today, if the heart-mind wanders away from the body, we can just notice where it goes, allow for that. It's gone, it went, but it's back. And there is a body. Notice what you notice. We'll be coming back to this. So I just establish the practice and then I can be more quiet for a while. Second element we'll notice is I feel this moment. And this moment I feel. How does the heart feel? If you resonate with the idea of the heart feeling from the kind of chest area, we might bring more the attention to the chest area. We might notice our emotional tone. Might notice the tenderness, the delicacy of the heart. Might notice if we feel uplifted or down in spirit. And we allow. It's like this right now. Noticing it's a dynamic interplay, more allowing here. Brings that feeling of allowing, perhaps. A new ingredient in the mix. Right now I feel. So we'll also turn into these qualities. There is a body. And this moment I feel, referring more to the heart aspect. As I said, we'll notice the intellect, the intelligence thinking at times as well. What am I thinking? Is it fast? Is it slow? Is it helpful? Interesting question. Is it about here? Or is it about somewhere else? Has thinking gone? It's going, it's elsewhere. So let's ease into this moment with gentleness, an attitude of letting in, letting be, letting go. As we turn our attention maybe to the breath or body sensations or sounds in the environment, just choose one of those. One that you think will be relatively easy to work with. Finding an area in the body for the breath that you notice it easily, and it's easeful to notice it there. You're listening to the sounds, allowing them to appear and disappear. Really emphasizing the allowing. With the breathing, allowing it to slow, to deepen. So that easing, that allowing is present in how we listen to our life. Don't worry if you miss a few breaths or sounds. Be quiet for a while. We'll drop in some reminders. the sense of radical allowing, we can just ask, what am I thinking? Oftentimes there's enough thinking to question the thinking. Is it about here and now? Or is it about elsewhere? Is it serving what I'm wishing to cultivate? Remembering your intention. And if it's not, can I not put more energy into it? We allow that it's happening, but we don't reinvest our time and energy where we don't need to go right now. So no regret possible, no disappointment. More channeling our energies into what's here, what's now. Notice there is a body. There is a body. A body that might need our allowing to rest, relax, soften. That squeeze that comes with lots of thinking can be allowed. What does allow feel like? Should change things, and we can allow a sense, it's changing, it's lightening. I feel this moment. Whatever you feel, this moment I feel. There's a body, there's a heart, there's a mind. And remembering your intention, see if for the next 3 breaths, just taking 3 breaths at a time or the same kind of duration with the sounds, can I listen with a bit more of that intention alive? I'll give you more space to guide your own practice. With radical allowing, noticing, what am I thinking? Allowing that this is what's happening. Not thinking this shouldn't be happening. This is what's happening. Also, when we tune in to the body, you might notice it's happening with tension, tightness. And the radical questioning is, can this happen without it? Maybe if we soften, release, relax, it starts to change everything. Same with the feelings, the way the heart feels. A bit more kindness, a bit more lightness. How does this play out? Again, 3 breaths at a time, or the equivalent, can be a helpful guide. Just breathe our intentions, listen with our intention. Coming into the last minute of practice, can we start again? Noticing, what am I thinking? With even more radical allowing. Maybe even more than we thought was possible. Recognizing the body, how the body feels, how we feel in the heart. And as a way of closing, honoring, appreciating what you've cultivated. As you've brought a little bit more of that intention for practice you shared to these moments of attentiveness that we've cultivated together. Notice how that feels in the being right now.
Today's podcast is an offering to you from our archive of freely available live daily classes. We make wisdom teachings and meditations as freely available as possible to as many people as wish to practice. You can help ensure we can continue to support a worldwide Sangha by leaving a review wherever you get your podcasts, by sharing this with someone who'd be interested, and by offering a small financial support at sangha.live/donate.